It's crazy, right? Like how fast things are moving in the AI world.
That's insane.
You know, models doing things we thought were years away, and now it's happening in a year, sometimes less.
Yeah.
And that's actually what we're going to dive into today, because a bunch of you requested to learn more about Elon Musk's XAI and their chatbot, Grok, which it seems to be outpacing even GPT-4, and this is after just a year in development.
Yeah, it's true. Grok is doing some pretty remarkable things.
Okay.
But what's really turning heads is this data center. They have XAI's massive 200,000 GPU data center.
Wait, hold on.
Built in record time.
200,000 GPUs.
Yeah, that's the powerhouse behind Grok's crazy fast progress.
That's mind-blowing. So we're not just looking at what this Grok can do, but like the insane tech behind it.
Yeah.
It almost feels like the data center is the bigger story here.
I think you're right. That kind of infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's a game changer.
Yeah.
It really shows you just how ambitious XAI is and how different their approach to AI development is.
Okay, so let's start with Grok's performance then. I mean, the benchmarks are really impressive.
Yeah, they are.
Beating models like Gemini Pro and DeepSeek in things like science coding and reasoning.
And those aren't just like empty stats either, you know.
Right.
Like when we say Grok is excelling at science, we're saying it could actually understand and apply these complex concepts.
Wow.
Potentially even help with new discoveries. And in coding, we're talking about Grok writing code that's better than a lot of humans out there.
That's honestly kind of scary.
Yeah.
And then there's this whole thing I read about Grok scoring over 1,400 on the chatbot arena.
Yeah.
What is that all about?
That's a big deal.
Okay.
So the chatbot arena is basically like a platform where all these different chatbots are tested on how well they can hold a conversation and provide information.
So like a giant Turing test.
Yeah, think of it like a massive real-time Turing test.
Oh, okay.
So for Grok to hit 1,400, that means it's not just competent, it's engaging.
Really?
It's insightful in a way we haven't really seen before. It's blowing the other leading models out of the water.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's that chart showing Grok's exponential improvement in flops over time, right?
Right.
Flops being flowing point operations per second, or, you know, how fast it can process information.
Exactly.
And the chart is just like straight up like a hockey stick.
It's a visual representation of just how fast this thing is evolving.
Yeah.
And this brings us back to the data center.
Okay.
Building a 100,000 GPU data center in just 4 months, and then scaling it to 200,000 in another 3.
That's so fast.
That's unheard of. Even Jensen Huang, NVIDIA's CEO, was like, what?
Okay, help me understand this. We're talking about 200,000 GPUs all working together.
Yeah.
I can't even get my printer to connect to my laptop half the time.
Right. It's hard to even imagine. But think of it this way. Imagine trying to conduct an orchestra with 200,000 musicians.
Oh my gosh.
And every single one of them has to play their part perfectly in sync. That's the level of coordination and communication we're talking about here, to get all those GPUs working together.
So it's not even just about raw power.
No.
It's about, like, how that power is harnessed?
Exactly. It's about the infrastructure being able to handle that immense computing power and then actually translate that into results for Grok.
Okay.
And that exponential growth we were looking at that chart.
Yeah.
The data center is a big reason why Grok is able to learn and evolve so quickly.
Okay, so XAI built this, like, unbelievably powerful data center in record time.
Yeah.
And that's, like, directly powering Grok's insane development, but it doesn't stop there, right? It's this whole full-stack approach thing that really makes them different.
That's another really interesting thing about XAI. You know, in the AI world, most companies kind of specialize.
Okay.
They either focus on the hardware, like the chips that power the AI,
Okay.
or they work on the software, the algorithms that actually make the AI work.
So, like, some companies make cars, and some companies make the GPS systems that go in those cars.
Exactly.
Okay.
But XAI is doing things differently, like Tesla.
Okay.
They're doing everything. They're designing the chips and writing the code that runs on those chips.
Wow, so they're controlling the whole process from start to finish.
From start to finish, they're not relying on anybody else's technology.
That seems like a huge advantage.
It is. It allows for this crazy level of integration and optimization that you just wouldn't get from companies that specialize.
Okay.
Think about it. Like if you were building a house and you designed every single detail to work together perfectly.
Okay, like a well-oiled machine.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've got this crazy speed of development, this groundbreaking infrastructure, and this full-stack approach.
Yep.
It makes you wonder, what are they actually trying to do here?
It's a good question.
Like, it's got to be more than just building a super smart chatbot, right?
Right. Well, remember what Musk said XAI's mission is to understand the universe.
Right.
It's a pretty big statement.
It is.
And it kind of makes you think that maybe Grok is just a stepping stone to something much, much bigger.
Are we talking about Grok helping us unlock the secrets of the universe?
Maybe.
That sounds like some serious sci-fi stuff.
It might not be as crazy as it sounds, though.
Really?
Imagine Grok, like, analyzing astronomical data,
Okay.
helping scientists find patterns and make predictions about stuff happening in space.
Okay.
Or maybe even helping design experiments for space exploration.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's not all about space, though, right?
Right.
Grok has all these other crazy features, like this unhinged mode I keep hearing about.
Oh, yeah, unhinged mode.
What is that all about?
It's basically designed to let Grok be more creative,
Okay.
less restricted in its responses.
Hmm.
This is something that really sets Grok apart from all the other AI models out there that are usually designed to be more cautious and predictable.
Doesn't that make it a little dangerous, though?
Well, it's a valid concern. Anytime you have technology this powerful,
Yeah.
there are going to be risks. But
Okay.
unhinged mode doesn't mean that Grok's going to suddenly go rogue.
Right.
It still has all these parameters and safety protocols in place.
So it's like they're giving Grok a little more freedom to play around.
Yeah.
But in a safe environment.
Exactly. It's all about that balance.
Okay.
Encouraging creativity while still maintaining safety.
Got her.
And it's something that XAI is going to have to keep working on as Grok continues to evolve.
So much of this is happening so fast.
Yeah, it's moving quickly.
Where does this leave everybody else in the AI world?
It's definitely putting the pressure on.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see a big shift in the industry as companies start to see the benefits of this full stack approach that XAI is taking.
It's pretty wild to think about all this stuff happening.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder, what does it mean for, people listening to this?
Right.
What does it mean for me? Like, why should we care about XAI and Grok and all these GPUs?
Well, it's easy to think about this stuff as like something way off in the distance.
Yeah.
But AI is going to be everywhere in our lives in the next few years.
Yeah.
I mean, understanding what's going on, even just at like a basic level,
Right.
it's going to be so important.
Yeah. Like knowing the rules of the game as they're changing.
Exactly. It's going to affect everything. Your job, how you manage your money,
Yeah.
even your healthcare. And then there's the bigger picture stuff.
Yeah.
The whole philosophical side of XAI's mission to understand the universe.
Right. Like we're talking about changing how we think about humans' place in the cosmos.
It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is.
If they actually pull this off,
Yeah.
this could rewrite the textbooks and not just the tech ones.
Yeah. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's exciting,
Yeah.
but it's also a little intimidating, to be honest.
I know. It's like we're living in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
So,
But unlike the movies, we don't know what's going to happen next.
right.
It's up to all of us to really think about this stuff and engage with these developments.
So we started with a bunch of requests to learn more about Grok.
Yeah.
And all the cool stuff it can do, even beating out these big AI players in just a year.
And then we kind of dug into how XAI is doing things so differently with this full stack approach,
Right.
controlling everything from how they design their chips to the software they're using.
Right. And then there's that insane data center
Oh, yeah.
built at a speed that nobody thought was possible.
It's crazy.
But this isn't even the end of the story, right?
Oh, no, this is just the beginning.
We've got Grok doing things like unhinged mode and XAI saying they want to understand the universe.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, like, what are they going to do with all of this?
It's the big question.
How's it going to shape the future of AI, and where does Grok fit into all of this?
Yeah, those are the questions we need to be asking.
Yeah.
And as we've seen today, the answers are not simple.
Not at all. We'll be sure to put some links in the show notes.
Yeah, good idea.
To XAI's website and some articles about Grok.
It's definitely a rabbit hole worth going down.
It is a rabbit hole, and it's getting deeper by the day.
Yeah, it is.
Knowing Elon Musk, I wouldn't be surprised if next week Grok is composing symphonies and designing spaceships.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Well, until then, keep learning, keep questioning,
Yeah.
and keep your eyes on the world of AI because things are changing fast.
It's going to be an interesting ride.
It's going to be a wild ride.